we go.
All right. Hello, good afternoon. I'll kick this off in just a minute. I will apologize. It's one of those days where technology is just not my friend. So hopefully we'll be good for the next 30 minutes. And we will be able to move through all of this. I'm just arranging everything on my screen so I can see everybody. We are in Zoom webinars, so you will not be able to, we won't be able to see the audience, but you are able to chat with us through the chat box, as well as use the Q&A box if you have any questions. So I want to thank you all for tuning in today. We are going to keep this to 30 minutes. We have this scheduled as a lunch and learn session. So really to give you insight into IAW, what IAW is, some of our benefits, and how you can connect and get more involved. So we definitely want this to be interactive. I have some FAQs that I know come up a lot that we plan to go through, but if there's anything else that you have questions about, pop them in that chat box or put them in the Q&A. And if we don't cover them today, we can always follow up with more information. So first, some introductions. My name is Megan Bizzuto. I am the VP of Marketing and Membership Experience here at IAW. I've been here for about 4 years. I started as a consultant 4 years ago and have slowly worked my way into a full-time position. I was a career professional many years ago. I took a pause from work when my kids were small. I then had my own marketing consulting business and then pivoted back into corporate world. So I love it here. It's a wonderful place to work. It's really fun to interact with members and support so many women every day. I also have joining me Marie Bartolotti. Marie oversees our sales team. Marie, you want to say hi real quick?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. As Megan said, I work with IAW as Director of Sales, overseeing our sales team, our membership onboarding process. I've been with IAW for about 11 years now, and I absolutely love it every day.
Thanks, Marie. Finally, I also have Doris Davrolakis with us. Dora is a membership consultant. Many of you may have heard from her over the phone previously. Dora, do you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Yes, hi everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Dora, and I've been a membership consultant with IAW for about 6 years now. I love the work that I do. I love speaking to you ladies every day, and just look forward to everything that IAW is going to be doing for y'all.
Thank you, ladies. All right, so before we get into this too far, I do want to take a moment to launch a poll. And first, I would love to see in the chat if you want to let us know where you're joining from. I find it always nice to get a sense of perspective from a geographical standpoint. Just to share, I'm in Boston, Dora's in Connecticut, and Marie's in New York. Oh, you guys are so quick. Look at this. So I see we have Chicago, Atlanta, Indianapolis, Georgia. I see some Texas. How are you guys doing? We've been watching the news and thinking about all of you in Texas, in the South. Let's see, New Mexico, originally from Boston. Yay. All right. Well, it's great to see so many different places represented here. Now I do have a poll as well that I want to get an understanding, and these should be multiple choice, so you can select whatever applies to you. But my first question, are you a business owner or career professional, kind of a full-time employee? Also, you can also answer if you have a side hustle, because I know that applies to many people as well. And then my second question is, what are your professional goals right now? I have quite a few listed here. If you don't see something that you're currently working on listed, you can always pop it in the chat as well. I was just looking through one of our recent member surveys that kind of talk to what do people get out of IAW specifically, and there's everything on this list is covered, and I always find it interesting to see what exactly are women looking for right now. So I see that we have almost an equal mix of business owner and career professional, which is pretty much in line with our audience, our IAW membership. And the goals are reaching across this whole list. So thank you for participating. I'm going to go ahead and end that. So as I said, I do want this to be interactive. We are keeping an eye on the chat and the Q&A. So if you have any questions, feel free to pop those in the Q&A or the chat box. We're watching both. For those of you that are kind of brand new to IAW, IAW is a professional networking platform. And our mission is to really connect women through online and in-person experiences so that they get the support that they need to thrive. You take those goals and help support yourself so that you are successful in your career or business. Beyond networking, we also equip our members with content and programming, resources, and have a team that helps you to navigate your experience through IAW. I'm going to introduce you to a few of our networking platforms later on and share a couple of tips. I know that we've all kind of grown up knowing networking in the in-person, and obviously over the past couple of months, there have been massive shifts. A couple months, we're going on 12 months now. Sorry, a full year of now being mostly in the virtual space. And we at IAW, this was a big shift for us because we do have our in-person chapters, but we've created some really great platforms so that our members can continue getting those valuable experiences through the Zoom screen. I'm also going to take you through other benefit information so that you can see everything that we offer. So I know everyone here likely has an understanding of networking and why it's so important. This quote from a post by HubSpot stood out to me, saying that networking is critical to your own career growth. Personally, I've used my network in many different ways, both in my career as well as when I was a consultant, had my own freelance company. My role with IAW, I actually found through my network. And it was a friend of a friend who was running the marketing here. She needed some help. She brought me in. And 4 years later, I have a full-time job here. So personally, I used to have a hard time with networking. I would attend these big events. I never felt like I was in the right place. What we aim to do at IAW with our networking events is put you in the right room. So whether you're looking to network with people in your local area or looking to get support around a specific topic, we've created events and platforms that cater to both sides of that. If you are looking for networking events, I have 3 tips here. So number 1 is do your research. Understand the group you're joining. Understand who's going to be in that room with you. Who are you getting exposure to, and how can you support them, and how can they support you? Find those right groups and platforms to connect on. I know that for some, well, when I think back to months ago when we first launched our Zoom roundtables, people didn't even know how to get on Zoom. We were doing a lot of technology support. And I know that there's still some who have a hard time doing things through Zoom, doing things through online. We've incorporated online through our website as well, so that Zoom is kind of the live in-person is not the only experience. But I think it's important to make sure you're joining the correct groups and networking in the right place. Next, social media is such a huge opportunity, and you can use social media to really showcase yourself and share your accomplishments, show people what you've been up to, and stay connected with those people who you can feed into them and they can feed back into you. And then finally, show up and be active. Nothing kind of bothers me more than having a networking event, and every time I get dozens of people who show up with their camera off. They don't participate in the chat. So they're here listening, which is great. But if you're not active in introducing yourself and being intentional, you're likely not going to get much benefit out of what you're trying to do. I see a couple questions here. So industries represented, I will get to that in just towards later on in the presentation. And then once you network in the right place, what are the next steps? So that's a great question. I don't know if I have time to go into all of that right here. We do have some resources around how to build your network. So once you're in the right place, what are the next steps? I believe we have an ebook that I can send out after this call that has lots of information about that. At IAW specifically, so we have multiple opportunities that present every single month. So our local chapters are spread across the United States right now. We have about 40 active chapters. Each chapter has a leadership team. Pre-COVID, they were all planning in-person events about once a month. Right now, we're hosting everything virtual, so we've combined onto virtual platforms and we've consolidated. But what we didn't want to do is say, okay, well, let's take all of the Western region and put them in one big room, and now you have 150 people. But to me, that doesn't lend well to creating community and conversation. So what we've done with our regional networking event is we take it by region. So Western region is an example. We might have 100 to 150 people there live. We do some presentation, but then we use Zoom breakout rooms so that you get paired up with people from your local area. And that's where you get to build community and have more authentic engagement. We also have what's called the Local Chapter Connect, and these are hosted every month by region as well. They're 45 minutes long and just an opportunity to be in a Zoom meeting room with other women from your chapter to share and ask, to have conversations about what's going on right now, to support one another and introduce people to your network. We also have virtual networking opportunities at the national level. So virtual networking roundtables are topic specific. Next week, we're hosting one called Career Corner, where I have a leadership expert coming in and talking about how to build your career, some career confidence related stuff. We have Monday, March 1st, we're kicking off with a Monday motivation. We have an amazing motivational speaker coming. These are an opportunity where we have an expert come in to engage our audience, but it's a great opportunity to show up and connect. And again, ask for what you need, ask questions, and also to provide support to others. We also have a member database that our members get access to. You can search by location, by topic, and connect with people through the directory. And finally, our online community. So we have an online community right now. We are going through some technology changes at the moment and are launching a new online community, hopefully in about a month. We're just about ready to roll it out, and that will have additional features for connecting online. So this, I just wanted to show kind of what one of our networking events looks like. And I realize it's just another Zoom room, right? So you can see this was part of our Eastern region event a few weeks ago. There were about 130 people in the Zoom meeting room. We had Jill up here was our speaker. She spoke for about 35 minutes it was a goal setting topic, but it wasn't just how to set goals. It was really, what do you need to do to get to the next level? What do you do to actually what action plan do you need to accomplish those goals? So from here, we then, because it was the Eastern region, we had breakout rooms for Philadelphia and Boston and New York and Miami and Atlanta, and we pair people into those rooms. If you're not in an area where we have a local chapter, I like to say there's room for everyone. So we will pair you with the closest local chapter, or if you're trying to network with a specific area, we can really put you in any room. So that's the networking side, but IAW is more than just networking. I think many people join because of the networking, and the networking is great, but we're really all about the complete development of your professional career. So one of our mottos here is never stop learning. Skills development is essential to making progress, whether you're a business owner or a career professional. There's always things to be learning. We have two platforms that we manage. It's programming we put out. So the Leadership Lab and Horizon Insights are webinar and or workshop type programs that we run once to twice a month. Members get access to all of these. There's recordings available. We publish resources through these programs as well. The Inspirational Influencer Summit is going to be a virtual event this year on March 27th. All of our members will gain access to that as well. It's a full day with 8 big keynote speakers. I think we have 16 panel discussions planned around a variety of topics for women. Next year, LinkedIn Learning is a new benefit that is launching on March 1st. So I'll get into the specific levels and where this comes in, but as of March 1st, All members at certain levels will gain access to the LinkedIn Learning platform as part of their member benefits, which is very exciting. Lorman Education is another partner of ours. Our members get a 35% discount on Lorman Education. Lorman does continuing ed programs. So if you have a certification you're maintaining, it's a great opportunity to connect with the education required to maintain that certification. And then finally, we also have a mentorship platform that's launching as part of our technology changes. So when we launch the online community, another element of that will be a mentorship platform where you can give and you can receive. So if you want to be a mentor, you can fill out a profile and you can promote yourself as a mentor. If you want to be mentored, you fill out a profile and then you can go and match with potential mentors. Finally, we do a number of resources. I call them resources. These are things like ebooks and worksheets and quick tips. The two I have on here, so the Business Owner Toolkit is full of webinar recordings and downloadable worksheets and blog posts. What else is out there? Benefits where you can save money, and essentially to give you advice and guidance on how to it's everything from like planning your business to launching your business to growing your business. We have it phased out. So Business Owner Toolkit, we're constantly adding to, and that's a member resource. We also have the Career Corner, which we're building. It's a bit newer. It's not quite as developed as the Business Owner Toolkit, but again, there's webinar recordings, there's resources, there's things to help you take action in your career. And when I say Career Corner, it's not just about finding a job, but it's about in your current job, how are you getting to the next level? What are your goals for the year? How are you going to perform? How are you being rated? To help you navigate your own career journey. So next I have promotional opportunities. We have one level of membership that allows us to promote you. And there's speaking opportunities, there's a press release. We feature members through a spotlight, which goes out through our website, our email list, and social media, and provides for content collaboration. This is our highest level of access, but is a great opportunity if you're looking to give back or to find new business, because it's a great way for us to be able to promote you and share your expertise through our membership. Finally, opportunities to save. And this part's fun because I think we all love saving money. Every member gets access to what we call IAW Perks, which is hosted through PerkSpot, where you get kind of hundreds of discounts through all sorts of vendors. I like to give the example of last winter, I used this to purchase lift tickets for a ski trip. And I'm pretty sure I saved something like $180 on the whole weekend, just in one purchase. So if you can go out there and find some great discounts and save money in really great ways. We also have preferred partnerships with a number of companies. You can see here, I've listed LegalZoom, UPS, When does coaching services for life and career, Laurel Road, and Vistaprint. So those are exclusive offers for our members. So I'm gonna pause and just make sure that there aren't any questions I'm missing. So I do see a question, where can the resources be found? And so once you're a member, they're found through the menus. We're reconfiguring all of that as part of this new technology change. If you're a member and you're having a problem finding something, reach out to member services and they can help point you to the right direction. If you are not a member yet, you'll have to sign up for membership before you gain access to all the resources. And I see someone here trying to establish a nonprofit. How do I apply for grants? So we don't have a grant program specific to our company, but we do have, if you go on our blog, which is blog.iawomen.com, and you put grant, I think just type in grant in the search box, you'll find some blog posts where we do quite a bit of research and provide listings of grants, and that's open to the public. So you don't have to be a member to access any of the stuff that we're sharing through that blog page. All right, so we have 3 levels of membership. We have our influencers, our innovators, and our initiators. Our influencers are, if you're looking to expand your sphere of influence, this membership level allows you to present at IAW events. It provides for content collaboration opportunities, and provides a press release and a member spotlight. Our innovators are all about rising to the next level. So getting additional education resources, finding a mentor, getting support with updating your profile on our member bio page. And then finally, the initiator is for those that are looking to expand their network and they want to get more involved in their own community or get more involved virtually. Our initiators get access to all of our networking events, to the programming. So that's through our Leadership Lab and Horizon Insights, as well as that perks and discounts program that I mentioned. And this all steps up. So if you're at the influencer, you get everything, the innovator gets everything the initiator gets, and then the initiator is kind of our entry point. We are with the change in benefits and the new levels, change in benefits and new technology, we've also identified some partnerships and we're going to be rolling out changes to our pricing. I have on my screen here what the current pricing is. So our influencer is going to move to $999 annually plus a $100 initiation fee. That'll be a one-time thing. Our innovator will be $499 annually with a $100 initiation fee. And the initiator will be $99 annually with a $100 initiation fee. We have monthly offers as well. If you look at our current website now, you can see our current pricing. We have been able to shift pricing down because we've shifted benefits around and we've identified some new partners that allow us to pass the cost saving on so that our members can get more access for less money, which I think is great. We are running a special offer that's going to start today after this call. So we're really excited about this LinkedIn Learning partnership. I think that the LinkedIn Learning platform is amazing and offers a lot of benefit. So we're offering that to our innovator and influencer members. It will not apply to the initiators. And for the rest of this month, you can purchase that innovator membership. We will waive the $100 initiation fee. We're going to do that on all three levels at the annual level. The innovator will be priced at $399 annually. Plus, we're going to extend your expiration date to the end of February next year. So you'll get a little bit of bonus time on that membership. The LinkedIn Learning doesn't kick in until March 1st of this year. So that extension will give you a full year of that benefit. I'm going to pause here and take questions. I'm sorry, I'll keep this up so that you have the pricing. I realize I don't have the link of where to actually go purchase this. And so I see some hands going up as well. So I'm not able to take people off mute to ask questions, but if you do have a question, you can pop that in the chat. And I recognize that I see some people on who I know are current members. We'll be rolling out information in the next couple of days about the benefits and the levels, because I realize with the pricing change, that will change the renewal options. We'll be updating pricing and reflecting that there. But that information will be coming out in the next couple of days. So I have a question here. What does the LinkedIn Learning include? So LinkedIn Learning is a platform. If you go to LinkedIn and go to their learning platform, you can see they have thousands of webinars and education opportunities. Our digital pass for members will give the member access to that entire platform. So we'll share a sign up link through your member profile. You'll go set that up and you'll have access to the LinkedIn Learning platform as it stands. That's something that right now you can go out and purchase as a user for, I believe it's $30 monthly. So if you just went to LinkedIn and you went to their learning platform, you could sign up for that and pay $30 each month and take advantage of the classes there. Do you share member success stories about how IAW has impacted them? So yes, we always try to. We always try to share success stories and put the spotlight on our members. So that influencer member does provide for spotlights through promotional opportunities, but we always take, if we get kind of testimonials or specific things shared from our members, we will showcase that as well. We try to push those through social, through some of our emails. Current members.
I'm sorry, someone else had a question about what is the breakdown of membership, career versus business owners, and what type of industry? I did let her know that we have a slide going over that, so
Yep.
I don't know if you
Let
want
me
to.
actually, so I added this at the end because I wasn't sure if the questions do usually come up. So I prepared this based on our most recent member survey. So you can see some of the audience profile here. 55% business owner, 43% career professional. You can see age and ethnicity here and top industries supported. This doesn't mean this is the only industries supported. This just was what filtered out at the top of the survey list. And I see there's another question from a current member. So we'll be looking at our current members lists and doing outreach next week to talk about opportunities for benefit extension and how it rolls out with changing benefits and adding things. Marie, I see, hold on. Now I have questions in multiple places. So I want to address one specific thing. Somebody's asking if they can watch a recording. So I want to show you on, oh, I went too far. Okay. So when I talk about networking events, we record the regional event, we record the keynote speaker. We do not record the local chapter connect, and we do not record in the breakout rooms on the regional events. And that's because these are conversations, right? People are showing up to ask very real questions and get support. And it's not something that lends well to watching in a replay. So those are actually not recorded. The keynote speaker will always be recorded and shared. And then when I talk about programming, the Leadership Lab and Horizon Insights are pretty much always recorded. We had one instance where the Leadership Lab was not recorded because it was a very hands-on workshop and it was not a recordable type of event, but we share when we can. All right, I'm gonna go back to here for a minute unless there's other questions. Marie, I know we had a couple other questions from email. Did you want to take some of those as well? I can't access the one I sent earlier.
I will access that now.
All right.
So there were some questions that we did receive earlier. Am I limited? So we have, as Megan mentioned, over 40 local chapters. One of the questions that came through was, am I limited to only one chapter? And the answer is no. You can actually connect to as many chapters as you want. And in a virtual setting, there's a lot more opportunity to connect. Each member is available to connect with as many communities as they'd like. Another question that came through is, can I change my membership level? And yes, all you would have to do is contact IAW, call our team, and we will help you upgrade or downgrade at any time throughout the duration of your membership. Another question that came through is, if I'm having trouble updating my profile or getting connected to another member, can someone help me? We have a full team of member, I would say member specialists who can help you and support you throughout the duration of your membership. They can walk you through the website, go over the benefits in more detail with you once you become a member. And they can connect you with chapters, help you with your profile, and any other assistance that you need. They are available to assist you. Can you tell me the demographics of membership? We do have that slide, and this is being recorded, but our audience is a group of very diverse women. Our most recent member survey, which is shown there, was conducted last year and indicates the audience profiles on that particular slide. It looks like
We are right at 12:30, so I know that many of you might have to hop off. I see one more question here related to women in STEM and asking if we have groups and mentorship specific to women in STEM. We don't have a specific group, but that's something that we're looking at from a community perspective when we launch our new community tool is what's the interest level and getting that set up, assuming that those that are already here have interest in helping to support and participate. We always will take suggestions for topics and areas to focus on. I'm very big on making this membership work for those that are members. And so taking the questions and the insights and building programs that are going to be very supportive so that we're really giving something to everyone that's here. All right, since we are right at the top at the half of the hour, I'm going to go ahead and end this now. But if you have any questions, if you need anything, membership at iawomen.com will put you right in touch with us. We can always schedule an appointment. We can get somebody to call you. We will be sending out a recap that has a link where you can take advantage of the pricing that I showed previously. As I mentioned when we started, I'm having technology issues today. So I had hoped to have the link on this slide, but guess what? Didn't happen. But we will send it out later this afternoon. So if you would like to take advantage of that, that's great. If you have questions, we're going to keep the promotion open through the end of this month. So you'll have next week to call and get your questions answered. We're here to support and we love connecting. So definitely reach out if there's anything you need. Dora and Marie, thank you for being here to help support today. And everyone, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Happy Friday. Oh, Marie, you're the host. You have to end it. I can't.